Okay, folks, it's the East Coast Economic Update for January the 28th, 2010. Instead of boring you with what I thought, and I don't think about the State of the Union address, uh, I'm going to give you information I think is important. A couple of issues. One, jobless claims have fallen a little bit, but there seems to be more and more people coming for initial jobless claims. Um, Wetblock, who I'll put his unemployment video in here, says it in a little bit more highfalutin stuff than I would say it. But basically, what's going on is you've got people just falling off the rolls, but that doesn't change the U6 number, which keeps rising, and it keeps rising actually by at least point 4 bips. So every month it's going up 4 tenths to 5 tenths of a percent. That's half a percent. That's serious. And the only thing that's saving Obama from it being pushed up to 4.5 or 11, I mean 10.5 to 11% is the fact that people are running out of even emergency benefits and now what? And now they're either working a part-time job, which will barely feed them or even keep them in their homes or keep them in their apartments, for God's sake. you know. So my suggestion is for the next few months, because what's going to happen, I'm afraid, is that the number's going to drop. There's only so many people you can let go before you run out of people to let go. And also, don't forget, there's a whole plethora of guys like me, self-employed, contractors, business people. We don't get unemployment benefits, and we're invisible. We are non-existent. We are persona non grata. So my suggestion is to watch the U6 number, and the reason why I'm saying that is because when it reaches, and it will reach, near 25%, probably by the summer, maybe a little earlier, there's some serious things that are going to start to happen because a lot of people are going to say, I don't have a job, I don't have any income, why aren't I being taken care of? And they're going to find each other. They're going to find out that they're not alone, and it's going to be pretty messy very quickly. The second issue, pardon me, this happens every time I do a video. I'm not haven't even eaten and I'm burping. Like you need to know that. The other thing, which I only have one article from Zero Hedge talking about vapor volume and liquidity. In other words, there's been low average volume in the market, and it's interesting that when the market goes up, there seems to be more sell orders than buy orders. And I was asking last week, welcome to the Bronx. I was asking last week, I don't understand why the market is going up and down. There's no rhyme or reason. Well, the rhyme and reason apparently, from what Zero Hedge has indicated, is that people, the smart money, quote unquote, are pulling their cash out, while whatever idiots, uh, pension managers, whatever, are buying on the rally, quote unquote. And that could explain why we have a very interesting situation where we have, an up day of a couple of, whatever, 30, 40, 50 points now, and in a drop of, 122 points, and the Bloomberg is giving some kind of weird, reason for it. I mean, yesterday Caterpillar showed that they lost almost 40% for the year, and the market was up. It doesn't make any sense. Read the Vapor article from Zero Hedge. It is the only article I looked around. I'm not saying that this is true or possible, whatever, but it makes sense. So you use your best judgment. Um, Finally, I have one other article where off of foodworldorder.com, where a third of the food, or the grain that we produced in the United States, was used not for people, but for the use of biofuel. The interesting thing is that the writer of the article pointed out that the amount of food, and I'm using the word food, that we turned into biofuel could feed 350 million people for a year. what is that? Half of Africa, South Africa, uh, all of Haiti plus. I mean, we probably could feed the Caribbean and then some, and part of South America. I mean, that's a lot of food. What are we doing? You know. So I'm just leaving these things with you. These are random things, but like I said, things match up and they link up for a reason. So I leave you with those thoughts. Also, I want to say to you that probably by the end of next week, Friday, um, the next issue of the Wilderness um, newsletter. Really should have closed that window. Sorry. The Wilderness newsletter is going to come out and it'll be emailed. Anybody who doesn't get the newsletter that's signed up, let me email me at you, Tom, or email me on KidCon. If anybody wants to join, it's going to be in the info box. Sorry about that. And you can go onto the website and join. It's free. I do an economic article and I do a religious article, and you can read whatever you want. So it's just something extra. It's allowing me to express myself in a different medium. So that's pretty much it. All right, guys. Peace and good shops to you.